and Valhalla and Elliot, you're both heading back to the palace, it looks like.
Yep.
All right, so that takes about a half hour for you to get back to the palace from your various locations. Valhalla less if you're going to fly there. But
I'm going to scoot because I am...
Okay. Well,
like, I think that this assassination is going to go down any minute.
all right, we wind back some time. So now it is... it's this time. I will let you guys know when the town bells and stuff ring. But Valhalla and Elliot, you guys arrive back to the palace at roughly the same time. Valhalla arrives a little bit sooner. And Elliot, you hear like some gasps and people pointing, and then some people like cheering and applauding as Valhalla flies over the city.
Okay, let's walk and talk. And I want to head to where my gear is in the palace, probably like wherever the king is, whatever.
Excellent. Your gear is near where the set of rooms where you guys are at, which is also where Murgatroyd is sitting out enjoying the sunshine, and Arwen. I think you're back here at the palace as well. So Arwen and Murgatroyd are both sitting on the little patio, enjoying some late lunch, perhaps.
Okay. Is the king around? Like, is it a different room?
Yes, the king can be there. Amicus is with you, dozing in the late afternoon sun after having a nice run around. Yes, Sublime is. You can hear Sublime off in another room practicing. Wailing away on his saxophone, running through some different scales and stuff.
Okay, Valhalla, 1 second. I just want to pull the king aside if I can and just say, like, I've heard that the final payment for the Leviathan has happened, so the hit is going to go down soon, but we've got a plan.
The king immediately runs to the window of the room you're looking in, and he looks out. And
no, I grab him and pull him away from the window.
Okay, yeah, you pull him back, and he says, no, look, the guards are still there. They're still guarding the armory. That money hasn't moved. The chests are there.
That money hasn't moved. We've found out that there's a ton of money from all different places. The Lafayette woman that was here, turns out, what's his name? Hold on.
You mean Reinhold
Schlatter?
Schlatter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Reinhold Schlatter bought Lafayette as, he paid Marx to set up Lafayette to marry him.
He says that makes sense. She's the daughter of a very wealthy shipping merchant. That marriage will be a huge boon to their dealings.
Well, speaking of shipping merchants, there's a massive ship being built, and Marx is involved with that. We saw his assistant shaking the hand of the Burns guy who was setting up the boat.
Oh. Burns'
Sorry,
company hasn't been up and running for quite some time. He said, I remember reading something about that when we moved in here. There was some reason, some dealings with the Anurian court that shut them down. So if they got permission to build ships again, that is a pretty big deal.
Do you know why they weren't allowed to build ships?
He says, no, I don't. Something about just their practices, or who Burns had employed, or something. He did somebody wrong in the Anurian court, and they shut him down. But if they got permission for Burns to start building ships again, that's worth money.
That makes sense. Okay, so they made it cool for Burns to build ships again. Burns paid Marx a ton of money for that. And I followed Gryko while he handed a massive amount of coin off to the Leviathan.
The king just kind of boggles, and he says, wow, he says, that all that money and the money that's in the armory? He kind of smiles at himself, and he's like, oh, I guess they don't call it a king's ransom for nothing.
There's also Marx sold Brillig Kingfisher some devil's stones, like these stones that you use as currency to buy deals from the devil.
He kind of shakes his head. He doesn't know anything about that. He says, but Kingfisher is wealthy, and is that why you guys are kind of messed up with Kingfisher?
Yeah.
I got an official request from him to just hand you all over.
That doesn't surprise me.
I put it under consideration, but there's only so long I can stall Marx. He hasn't been around much lately. He must be really busy with this planning the assassination thing.
Yeah.
which is lucky for you guys. Otherwise, there wouldn't be a whole lot I could do here. They would put a vote to hand you over to Kingfisher, and I don't think I have enough men loyal to me to back you as adventurers, without tipping my hand as to why you're important to me.
In any case, all the money is paid off, so you've got to stay away from windows, be around people you trust. We may do the switcheroo thing again, but I have another plan, but I gotta get some intel from Valhalla. In any case, if you can, stay with one of the Rod Stewards at the very least.
This is okay. This Hatim guy who's been hanging out with me, he seems pretty good. I'll stay with him.
Sure. Okay. Sorry. Now I'll go talk to Valhalla.
All right. So yeah. You guys head back to the patio there. Valhalla, you wanted to go find Sublime?
No, I was wondering where he was at.
Yeah, he's there, and he's feeling much better. You see, he's when you go and stick your head in the window, he's sitting shirtless, and you can see the arrow wounds they're nicely healed. The scar tissue looks healthy. Jack and Arwen did a good job healing him up.
And I'm gonna start getting suited up for. We'll hear what Valhalla has to say first.
Oh, right. Sorry, I forgot. Because of that time lapse and everything like that. So the king, just before you leave, Elliot, he says to you, he says, that reminds me, did your guy, Jack, the Minotaur guy, he got arrested?
Yeah.
If for attacking some guy in the street, only there's, conflicting testimony from different people.
Oh, yeah, it was Kingfisher's guys. They faked the whole thing.
He says, shit. He says, look, Kingfisher is going to pay the guards to hand him over. But the Anurian Royal Guards they can go either way. They're pretty corrupt. If we can get there first and pay them, then we can take control of them. He says, look, all we need is 5,000 to 10,000, depending on how much Kingfisher's going to pay. Better go with 10,000. He said, look, I can get, he goes over to his desk and produces the bag. He says, I got 5,000 gold right here. Do you guys have access to another 5,000 gold? We can bribe them and get your man out.
Sure.
Okay.
Anybody object to that?
It seems odd that he would offer up his own money since he's been trying to get us to steal money and run away for a while. Does he have an ulterior motive, maybe?
He doesn't want someone that's going to protect him from an assassination going to jail or getting murdered.
I have... I'll put up my hand. Yeah, I got a problem.
Go on.
What's going on? Why is Jack in jail?
Those Kingfisher's guys. They faked that Jack attacked them, and Jack was arrested for it. Now Kingfisher is gonna bribe the guards to get them to just hand over Jack to Kingfisher so that he can take him. And but if we can get there first, then we can bribe the guards preemptively and get Jack out of there.
The king starts excitedly backhanding you on the arm, Elliot, swatting you quickly with the back of his hand to try to get your attention.
Look over at him.
He points, the king, he points out into the courtyard area to the armory, and you can see Gryko and Greco go up to the group of guards that are standing watching the armory, the extra security that they brought in, and wave them off. So then Greco and Gryko and the 6 extra guards head out of the front door of the castle, head towards the front door, leaving only the 2 men who are usually guarding the armory. The king looks back at you, kind of like arched eyebrows, like,
God damn it, why is everything happening at the same time?
Sorry, I missed part of that. My mic or mumble kind of cut out.
Okay, it's there's something happening with the main huge amount of coin that came in that we remember way back when we were planning. We thought that this one amount of money was going to be what was used to pay the assassins.
Yeah.
Okay, so those guards are now. That's finally the change. That the big money. Something's happening there now.
It's been left unguarded.
Well, there's only 2 guards there now, right?
2 palace guards that will do anything the king says.
I see.
So that money
He was
is
up to
not.
something.
Sorry?
I thought he was up to something.
Whom?
The king.
Oh, well, I mean, he doesn't want to die.
No, but he desperately wants that money for himself, and he wants to run away with it. And he was going to leave you and all of us here.
No. Just, look, we don't have time for this.
Maybe we should kidnap him. Tie him
Valhalla,
to a chair.
Valhalla, what's the...
The
We'll-
king
we'll-
laughs at that.
We'll deal with Jack. Jack will probably be fine. Valhalla, what's the news that you have?
So, this whole Kingfisher business is. Here, can we speak privately?
Sure. I don't know. Hey, let's split up the party. Does somebody want to go to the guardhouse and see about bribing to get Jack free?
I'll go.
Sure.
All right. You're good
Let's-
with bribery and that sort of thing?
I've never really tried it before being a law-abiding paladin, but I'll give it a go if it means saving Jack.
Look over at the king. Are you good to leave her with the coin?
Should we not trust her?
No, do it.
Okay. Yeah, the king hands you the sack with the heavy Anurian gold bar in it.
What about the other half of the money?
He looks at Elliot.
We don't have it liquid. We have access to the. Oh, right. Arwen doesn't have the bank account seal.
We'll get Murgatroyd to do it then.
Sure. Murgatroyd, you down for that?
He's
AFK.
AFK. Vince will go with her.
Okay.
Couple of ladies going on a lady run.
Okay, Valhalla, let's talk private.
Step aside. Well, this whole Kingfisher thing is a little bit ridiculous. So it turns out that the king needs these stones for a pretty legitimate use. One that's not ability to say. However, it turns out that one of us has the remaining coin.
Now, when you say the king, do you mean Kingfisher?
I mean Kingfisher.
Okay.
So, yes, Kingfisher needs that last coin. He sent his men on a large scavenger hunt looking for it, and it's nowhere to be found. So we're going to keep him harassed until that happens.
Sure.
Also, he's looking to keep himself in a powerful position, and he wants to make an example out of us, but mostly Arwen and Jack. As we kind of already knew. But talking to him, just face-to-face, man-to-man, no ropes or strings attached, it was easy to see that, yeah, we give him what he wants, and he'll let us go. So we've got some conditions in play, and if we play his game, he's going to let us just leave as soon as we're done here. He has nothing to do with the assassination.
Okay.
Now, here comes the tricky part.
Go on.
First, we need to find out who took that coin and why. And my eyes are pointing to Jack and Arwen.
Yeah.
Now, am I sitting on my mic better? Sorry.
It was muffled, but that's okay.
I had my arm on it. And my eyes point to
Jack and
Arwen.
For sure.
Yes. Now, in order to stop this mobbery coming after us, They were going to take my leg. They were going to cut off my leg.
Jesus.
In order to stop this, we have them something to prove that Arwen and Jack have been either killed or shamed.
Okay.
So, he wants the horns of Jack, and he wants the holy symbol of Arwen.
Okay.
If we can get that to him tonight, it will be taken care of.
What'll be taken care of?
We'll be free men. We'll be safe. This mob rules mentality will be done. They won't be doing anything with us as long as we give him the stone, the horns, and the religious symbol.
Okay. Okay, great. So, so he doesn't know anything about the assassination.
He has nothing to do with the assassination. The only reason why he's working with the Marks or whoever is because Mark is a wealthy man and can get access to pretty much anything he needs to get his little hands on. The reason why Kingfisher was dealing with him at all is because he just needed to get those stones to make another important deal.
With who?
I'm not too certain who the deal is with directly. I just know that he's doing it for a good reason.
I'm guessing his son is sick?
I tap my nose.
Yeah. So you have no idea who he could possibly be dealing with some artifacts that are insanely rare.
As in, who is he giving these coins to?
Yeah.
No, I do not.
No idea at all.
No.
When you... So you talked to him?
Yes, I spoke with him.
Okay. Did you go to his house?
I went to his house. I followed his daughter, as was the plan.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Did you see any other like mob bosses there, or did you see Marks or Gryko or Greco?
I didn't see anything. It was all kind of as planned from what I could see. There was a carriage there, but I just assumed it was his own personal vehicle.
Okay. Are you sure it was his?
I believe so.
All right. Well, in any case, I'm more I think the priority is the assassination attempt. So we got to find out when that's going down. Are you in for that?
Well, what's the plan with that? And
okay.
Let me see. There's two small details before we get involved with that. If we don't stop this tonight, we're all going to feel the wrath of the mob.
Okay.
Myself included. And the way we got to do it is Arwen's got to bring those artifacts to the dock tonight.
Okay. Well, yeah. So I've got an idea for how to deal with him. But if the assassination attempt is going to go down tonight, then that is going to be a way bigger deal than the Kingfisher. Because if the assassination attempt goes down the way I think it's going to go down, it's going to go... it's going to be the Leviathan crew, which is, a bunch of big scaries. You know what I mean?
So, yeah, the Leviathans are going to attack us, but what's that have to do with us?
We don't want the Leviathans to attack the palace or try and assassinate the king.
Yes, I understand that, but why are we putting the king's flesh before our own?
Uh, because I think that one is more. I don't have a good answer for you other than that's where we are at. Right? Like, this is what. Yeah, I don't have a good answer for you other than that's where I'm at. I care more about. I understand that Kingfisher is targeting us, but I'm more concerned about the Leviathan's assassination attempt. So what I think we should do is find out when that assassination attempt is, and I had a couple of ideas for how to do that. Find out if it's going to happen imminently, and if it is, then we deal with that, and then we deal with Kingfisher. If it's not, if the assassination attempt isn't going to happen for like a day or so, then we deal with Kingfisher tonight.
Kingfisher needs to be dealt with tonight.
Well, how so? Okay, if we find out that the Leviathan is going to attack tonight, you think that we should go deal with Kingfisher while the king gets assassinated?
I'd rather him than me.
Well, God damn it. Okay, hear me out. So, I know the password to access the warehouse where the Leviathan crew are.
Wait, down by the docks?
Yeah.
That's where we're supposed to meet him.
Okay. So, I wonder if they have the same. They probably don't have the same warehouse. Anyways, one of us goes down there disguised up in like deadly adventurer stuff and say that they're here for the assassination attempt. They're out of town muscle and they're gonna make it happen. Then they find out from the Leviathan crew, ideally, when the assassination is going to go down. Then we can deal with Kingfisher. I mean, how do you propose like we deal with Kingfisher? Just like get Arwen to give us her holy symbol and cut off Jack's horns?
If Arwen meets at the dock and she brings her holy symbol and the horns, Kingfisher's men will take the items and then will let us leave. So if we are able to defeat the Leviathan before tonight and then drop these items, we will not be hunted down. If we do not do this, it's going to be all of Lufa that he is targeting, not just us.
The whole city?
Every elf.
Every elf? Lufa's humans, so he'd like kill everybody in the city?
What? Oh, wait. Sorry, that's Gramus enough. Yes, he is going to, but he is going to target Lufa.
God damn it. Okay, well, let's go. Let's go see if we can get Jack free, because we can't get his horns without him.
I'm with you.
We'll take Arwen with us. Hatim will stay back and mind the king. We'll keep an eye out for assassins if we see them coming through. I hate leaving them. Are you okay with my plan of trying to find out when the assassination's going to happen? I guess we got to go down to the docks anyways, right?
We got to go down to the docks anyways, but we can't be seen at 12 o'clock midnight. It needs to be Arwen. And then we got to be out of the town.
Okay. I also have a plan for how to deal with Kingfisher. Oh my god. Why there's so much? Okay, let's go back. Okay, gang. Is that all? Are you good, Valhalla?
Didn't me and Vince already leave to go get Jack?
Yeah, you did. And,
That's right. I forgot about that.
By the time that whole conversation has taken place, you guys have reached the jail, the guardhouse. Now, because there's two of you walking, Arwen, there are moments when you see, or Vince pokes you and points out the fact that there are Kingfisher thugs kind of stalking you guys, watching you from the back of crowds or from behind alleyways. You do not stand out as much as Jack does. I mean, an elf and a Eladrin still, you maybe see 2 or 3 other elves, but no other Eladrins in this whole city. That's not true. There are other Eladrins in the city, but you do not see them walking down the street. So people, they don't part for you, and you're not as obvious. But the only time that you possibly are challenged is you go around a street corner and there's like a crazy street preacher standing on a box who calls to you, Arwen, and calls you out as a heretic, as a non-believer, following a false god, someone who is against the teachings of Heylin. You there!
Yeah, what's up?
He says, you have betrayed yourself as a heathen who is bent to a false deity. And he points to the markings on your armor and the few places that you have the symbol of the markings of Athena on your armor. One of these days.
Luckily only my opinion matters to me, so thanks. Have a nice day.
He tries to call you back by slanderizing your god as being a lesser god, one who's inferior, one who cannot hold a candle to the true power and blessings of Heylin.
I don't have time for this. A friend of mine is in need. I'll deal with you later.
All right, you kind of catch him, as you're leaving. He says, "Don't go, come back!" And he looks over his shoulder and you see him looking at one of the Kingfisher goons, who kind of shakes his head really quick, and then the preacher kind of calls back to you, trying to get you to come back.
Oh, fine. You've enraged me. What is it?
He says, Look upon this foul temptress of people, believers," and the crowd kind of parts for you, and you see a smile come back on his face as a little bit of relief. And he says, she is one who is false and tricksy. She should not be allowed to roam free. Come and cast off your old belief and be reborn, baptized in the blood of Heylin. And he's gesturing you towards the church. And people in the crowd are kind of looking, and some people have been like, yes, it's for the best, my child. Heylin truly is the way. The fellow says, yes, we've been followers of Heylin for quite some time. It's a fine deity. Heylin can lead you on the path of righteousness, right? And then there's a few other people in the crowd who, you're looking at these guys, and some of them have broken nose or a little cauliflower ear, some scars on their faces, but they're the ones that are most vocal, being like, yes, turn your back on the heathen elven gods and embrace the true form of Heylin. All right? And they're trying to gesture and goad you into the Church of Heylin.
Am I close enough to this yammering priest fella to touch him?
Yes, you can be. And when you get close, he outstretches a hand, palm upwards, as though, for you to take his hand. And he says, yes, my child, come, and I shall lead you to the light and the blessing. You can feel a little tug on your cloak or something. And you look back at Vince, who's just looking at you with really wide eyes, this is a nope kind of situation.
I'm going to grab his hand and put some pressure on the pressure point between his thumb and his index finger, and tell him, I'm only here because it looks like you have something to tell me. So if you don't, you should just walk away right now.
All right. He kind of, but then catches himself, and he says, yes, you, he says, he raises his voice a little bit. He says, of course, I have many things to tell you, many things about the word of Heylin, and how truly your life will be changed as soon as you step foot into this church. And he kind of looks at you with a slightly panicked look on his face. Oh, Crystal?
Vince isn't really here, is he? I can't talk to him.
No, her.
No,
yeah, Vince.
He's him on the inside.
Yeah, Vince just shakes her head, and it's like, mm-mm. Don't go in there.
All right, I'm gonna push him aside and say, forget this foolishness. Go back to your preaching, and I'm gonna walk away.
All right, you walk away, and there are calls of derision from the crowd. They essentially call you heretic and non-believer, and follower of a false elven god. But you just ignore them, and you're able to get down to the place where they do the prisoner guard, the guardhouse, and it's pretty simple. You approach a guy right away, recognize you adventurers, so he's just like, oh, it says you're here for the Minotaur guy. His lawyer said that he'd be back around now to speak to him. Are you with the lawyer, or are you with the adventuring party?
I'm with the adventuring party.
He says, okay, yeah. He says, well, right this way. And he kind of leads you and Vince inside and shuts the door. And over to the desk, he says, look, we get adventurers in here all the time. And, talking to these people on the street, it's really hard to say who started it between Kingfisher and your guy. So, usually when it comes to dealing with the certain element of the city who try and privatize their security force, thing like that, he says we don't really care. It's not a big deal. He says, look, we've set release bond here at 7,500 crowns, or eagles. Sorry, the crowns are silver.
No problem. We can pay that if you can release Jack now to us.
He says, yeah. He says it's not a problem. Sure. He says, do you want a receipt?
Yes, I do.
All right. He writes you up a receipt for release of, no, not 17,000. Did I say 17,000?
No, you said 7,500.
7,500. He writes you up a little receipt, payment of bail, for a prisoner exchange. He slides it over for you to sign your name.
I sign it.
All right. Then he puts I don't know. He does another one, so you each have a copy. He rolls one up and puts one into his files. He gives you a copy of the receipt. He yells out to a guy, and a couple minutes later, he has Jack brought out from the cells. Jack, you've only been here for like 2.5 hours. You were put in a cell with some skinny human guy who just tried to crawl as far away from you as he possibly could.
I would have attempted to make polite small talk about religion.
General interest, like grass and hay.
No, religion. Something we share in common.
Yeah. In that case,
but if he'll talk about apples and lettuce, I will say no.
By the time you guys are, by the time this is 2.5 hours is finished, then yeah, the guy totally warmed up to you. Actually, sitting next to you on the bunk. By the time Arwen comes, and he says, farewell, Jack. I hope you have better luck on the rest of your adventures.
I'll try to give him a small blessing of good luck.
All right, Jack. You're led by 2 guards up to the front desk, where they have you sign for return of a bunch of your possessions. Do you have a list of your inventory? Because they're going to steal some stuff from you.
I would have had my. Would they have taken my chainmail off me?
Yeah.
Because chainmail, robes, some incense, and the axe.
That's it? That's all you had on you?
Yeah, everything else is in my adventuring pack back at the palace.
All right. Well, then there was nothing there worth stealing, so they didn't take anything. I was thinking, like, if you had any of the healing potions or any gold on you at all, they would have taken that. But it sounds like you didn't have much, so.
Oh, I probably had like 10 gold.
Okay, then they
took...
took...
But I didn't have it written down. No, it would have been less because I bought an apple.
Right.
Or
they
3.
took whatever money is left, so just mark 10 gold off of your adventuring kit. Perfect. They return you your items, and they release you into the custody, or not the custody, they just release you to Arwen and Vince. Do you guys all head back to the palace?
No, I think we should see if we can sneak out a back way and try to lose the people following us.
Oh, absolutely you can. Would you like to try and do that with stealth, with streetwise, by causing some type of distraction with bluff? How would you like to try and evade your pursuers?
Jack would prefer streetwise. Jack is not stealthy.
Streetwise and stealth are the same for me, so I can do streetwise too.
All right, some streetwise checks, please. So Jack's about to go for a big wooden door. He's like, no, this is totally the way. And Arwen said, you stop him before he opens that door. And you're like, that door opens from an alleyway right into the marketplace where everyone will see us. So do not open that door. So you spend your bump point to stop Jack from opening the door that was going to give you guys all away. And I got to say, with Arwen's 18, you're able to get back to the palace by going through the back alleyways. You lose your pursuers, but it takes you a little bit longer. So on the way back to the palace, you hear the clock bells chime for 3 o'clock, and then the half chime for 3:30 go past. All right, but eventually you arrive back at the palace and you see the rest of your companions. So you are finally all back together again, which has not been the case for almost 48 hours now.
Okay.
Hey, Valhalla, I heard you had a plan.
First things first. Arwen, Jack, where is the last of those stones?
The fancy ones?
Yeah, the one that Murgatroyd got beat up for.
The one that Sublime almost died for.
They should be in bag.
I think Sublime almost died for the whole bag.
Where's the last one?
Now's not time for games.
I have it.
Okay, good.
Why?
Like I said before, I think it's a bad idea to give them over to Kingfisher. I think it's going to be really bad.
So you put the entire group in danger? Again?
Without us knowing.
Right after we talked about this.
We did talk about it, but we didn't agree on it.
Okay, in any case. So, we gotta find out when the assassination thing is going down, and Kingfisher will be sated if we give Kingfisher, Jack, and Arwen. And the last of that stone. So we gotta figure out a way to deal with all of that.
Hold up. Did you just agree to give me and Jack over to Kingfisher so that he'll be happy?
That's not what I said.
That's exactly what you just said.
No, I said he would be fine if we gave you and Jack and the stone to him. So, if we approach Kingfisher with you and Jack and the stone, I think we can do a fake handoff where we give, quote unquote, give you two over to him. Then we spring an ambush of our own on the handover, where we can either, ideally get Murgatroyd's stuff back and convince Kingfisher to stop, to stop targeting us.
Normally I would agree and say that's a great idea, but there's been an awful lot of secret meetings going on, so it's hard to really tell who's trustworthy right now.
It's ironic that you say there's a lot of secret meetings going on because you withheld crucial information that put the party in danger. So if you're gonna start pointing fingers like that, let's all keep every aspect in perspective. So
well, I was trying to save y'all because I'm pretty sure if you had handed him over the full bag, he would have murdered all of you right there. The only reason that you guys are still alive is because he needs that other stone, and once he gets it, it's going to be game over for the whole
right.
party.
No.
Possibly.
What? No. He had nothing to do with us. We had no ties to the mob before this all started.
Yeah, it's when you say the only reason we're still alive, if we hadn't interfered with him in the first place, then it wouldn't have been a problem.
The only reason we're alive right now is because he didn't want us dead. If he wanted us dead, he would have killed us.
He wants you to get his other stone, is why you're alive. Once you give that to him, you're not going to be alive.
I beg to differ.
In any case, if we proceed with the plan that I've stated, then we don't have to give him the stone, or your holy symbol, or Jack's horns.
I'm fine with going along with the plan as long as I had some kind of reassurance that Valhalla is not going to double cross us and get me murdered.
Double cross us? You're one to talk.
Wait.
I draw my Morning Star.
We could settle this by handing over my horns?
Your horns and Arwen's holy symbol.
And the stone.
No, this has gone on too much.
Yeah, I have no issue
You
with
accuse
this.
me of double crossing? You're the one who put us all in danger and lied to the group? 2 of our friends have almost been killed because of you, and we're all targets. The only reason why I escaped is because I could hear them coming. This has gone way too far.
Well, sorry if I don't want to put my life in the hands of someone who is a little bit ticked off at me.
I'm sorry that I put my life in your hands at all.
You haven't been harmed at all.
Well, I mean, Sublime was almost killed.
Okay, that nobody could see coming, and we healed him up real good.
We all saw it coming, because we all thought it was a terrible idea for you to take him out of the streets.
You were the only one who thought that.
No, I'm gonna go on record saying that it was a bad idea to
You weren't
kidnap.
there at the time, so you can't have a thought about something that you weren't there for.
That doesn't seem right.
It's true. The deed is done. You can sit around casting blame, or we can be solution oriented.
Which is what I'm trying to do.
And I am fine with solution
I'm
that...
okay with the agreement. I just want to make sure that Valhalla doesn't have some kind of ulterior motive, because some of the stuff he's saying doesn't sound right to me.
All right, Valhalla. What do you need from Arwen in order to trust her as far as you can throw her?
Nothing. It's been done.
Okay, Arwen, what do you need from Valhalla in order to trust him as far as you can throw him?
A better response to your question.
All right. Screw you guys. I'm walking out. I'll go find the king.
All right.
Peter, take me to where the king is.
He says, yes, please. Oh, God, yes.
All right, I walk off with Sublime.
All right. Murgatroyd?
Am I in the room there?
Yep, you were there for that whole exchange, standing
Okay.
there in your white bathrobe.
Yeah, when I find out that Arwen kept the nugget, I'm gonna be not super impressed. It's like she single-handedly relieved me of all my gear by being dishonest, which is not a quality befitting a paladin.
Yeah, I didn't really lie. I just didn't tell anybody.
Yeah, that's technically a lie.
No, it's an omission.
Ooh, awful lawyery talk for.
It's good. It's great. Yeah.
And I'll just draw the outline of the 88 on my stomach.
Oh,
Do you have any boxers on or anything when you open up this robe, or is it like a little dwarven butcher shop?
No, it's just
He's-
a mess.
He's
Okay.
probably hairy enough that.
He's pretty hairy. Okay, yes. You draw the little 88, and then Vince kind of steps between the two of you, and kind of she looks over her shoulder at you, Arwen, and kind of just gives you a shrug and a little nod, and says, I'll talk to him. And then
I'm
Vince-
gonna chase after Valhalla, actually.
Oh, great. So Vince will go somewhere with Murgatroyd. Jack, what are you doing?
Jack does not know what to do. Jack thought we were going to solve the problem with Kingfisher, and we still need to protect King. Jack doesn't know what priorities is right now.
Okay, yeah, Jack just kind of stands there in the sun and looks up at the sky and
Ooh.
sends a quick prayer to the Raven Queen.
Valhalla.
You might be like alone in that room.
The last two people on the patio area here, I guess so Elliot left with Peter. Valhalla took off to find Sublime. Vince and Murgatroyd kind of leave at the same time as Arwen is kind of sprint after Valhalla. So Jack, you're kind of left standing there by yourself on this patio.
Yeah, Jack's gonna go after Valhalla.
All right. Valhalla, just as you kind of reach the door to the room that where you and Sublime have been sharing, Arwen comes around the corner of the hallway. You can hear her metal boots and all of her armor clamping as she's coming up the marble hallway towards you.
Hey, Valhalla, we need to talk. Ooh, boy, don't ignore me.
Oh, Graham?
Oh, sorry, my mic wasn't going. Sorry, if I can hear you coming, I want to do something before you actually get up.
Yeah, Sublime stops playing as he sees you standing in the doorway. You guys have a moment of eye contact. But yeah, you definitely hear her stomp. And
oh, shit.
What were you doing?
Initiative.
Oh.
All right.
You're instigating a fight?
So, Arwen, you say, Valhalla, we need to talk. And as you do, Valhalla whips around and he's got his Morning Star out. But
Hey, put that thing away. I don't want to fight you. A lot of shit went down and we didn't agree on a lot of stuff, but we're traveling together. We have to be on the same side. I have to hope that you wouldn't want to see me dead. So let's work something out so we can handle all this stuff.
No. That ship has sailed. Do you think that we're traveling together after this? How do you think we can trust you? You've gone too far, and you've lost any and all respect of the entire party. You deserve to die.
oh,
And I put my weapon away and then
All
walk
right,
in.
this has
into
been a
Sublime's room.
really great talk. I'm gonna haul off, punch him in the face, and then walk away.
All right, then I hit her with the Morning Star.
I really didn't want to fight. I'm more punching him and leaving. I'm not gonna try not to continue the fight.
Oh, yeah.
she throws a punch, but Valhalla is a little quicker on his feet. He rocks back onto his heels, and the punch whistles through the air in front of his face. Valhalla sings the opening chant of one of his familiar striking attacks to you as he brings his mace up. Fury and betrayal in his eyes. The Morningstar slams into your chest plate, causing sparks and stuff like that, and you feel the internal shockwave pressure does 9 points of damage to your guts. You'll probably have some bruising on your sternum and one of your boobies.
All right, I really didn't want to fight him, and I still don't, so I'm going to get close enough to kick him out of the way, and then I'm going to leave, and then I'm going to be really upset that somebody that I've been traveling with would intentionally try to kill me, even if they dislike me or don't like my decisions.
Okay, so you're gonna shift up and then try and do a kick attack?
Do you say that?
Yes.
So tell me what you're going to say.
Just because you don't agree with my decisions, I didn't think you would try to have me killed or really injure me. I was just trying to get you out of the way.
Oh, you've gone way too far. You put us all in danger, then you attack me, and you expect me to not retaliate? You've got some nerve, Elf.
We're supposed to be teammates. I never would have done anything that I thought would get any of you hurt. So, sorry for, not getting you hurt.
That's a bold lie.
I don't want to hear him anymore, so let's initiate this kick.
Her big armor-clad boot comes up and punts you in the chest, Valhalla. Jack, this is actually the moment when you get to come around the corner, just in time to see Arwen push kick Valhalla in the stomach chest area. So you're not pushed back a square, but she definitely just kicked you. Jack, what would you like to do?
Can I still walk out the door and walk away?
Yeah, you can turn and walk away, yeah. Which way
Attacks of opportunity.
Yeah, which way are you walking?
Well, there's only one open door, isn't there? Or door I can get out.
The two open ends of the hallway here lead into the palace this way, and this way leads back down the stairs from where you came. That door leads into Valhalla and Sublime's bedroom.
I want to go whichever way Elliot went.
Elliot went a different way in the castle, but you know you can get there, but you have to go past Valhalla to go in the direction Elliot went.
I'm going to try to separate them.
So Jack, from where you are, you can't actually intervene on this round, but you can yell out to them if you want.
Jack's just going to say, break it up, you two. Then, yeah, he's going to be going forward to try to break them up.
Okay. Sublime kind of runs up into the doorway here, and kind of looks at you, Arwen, and says, "Damn, Mrs. Look, you know, sometimes adventuring life is hard and shit gets crazy, but there's no need to be throwing them bows."
I didn't want to fight. I'm just trying to get by him. He is attacking me more than I'm attacking him.
That's real quick. Sublime, she's attacking us. Get in. Stay safe.
Sublime says, "Shit, you know, we tearing ourselves apart. We the Rod Stewarts. You know, we've been through thick and we've been through thin. And we seen good times and we seen hard times, and sometimes we don't always see eye to eye. But shit, you know, we the Rod Stewarts." And
Sublime, get in, get safe. She's trying to kill us.
says, "Look, Valhalla, you know, I love you, man, but you know, maybe she doesn't need to be fighted on. Look, okay, we sometimes remember she saved our asses that time."
I don't want to fight. Just tell him to go in his room and I'll leave.
She attacked me. She's trying to get us killed. This is going too far.
That's just not true. I don't want anybody to die or get hurt. I just want to get by.
After this thing with the king and Kingfisher, we might have to have a serious sit-down about the group and where we are going. But let's do today's business, and then we will deal with this.
I want a bulrush.
So you just kind of like blunder into her, but her armor is too heavy and too strong.
I'm going to get up there. I'm going to hold her back.
I'm not doing anything.
Just in case. Jack just got here. So yeah, Jack's going to do the whole break it up. We'll have a sit down about this, focus on today's business. Going to turn to Valhalla and say, so long as we have problems with Kingfisher, the whole group is in danger, right? You had some kind of deal with Kingfisher that involved not whole group being in danger?
Yeah, that's right.
What do we need to do that?
Jack, we're past that. Jack, you're fine. But I don't know about all this.
We still have to do the deal with Kingfisher, right?
How is Jack fine? He was the one that did the major part of the torture that you're so opposed of, but he's fine?
With that, I walk away. What leads this way if I want to walk away?
The rest of the castle, isn't it?
Yeah, up. That goes deeper into the castle.
All right, I go deep into the castle.
Okay, Valhalla just turns his back and walks away. And you look into the room, and Sublime just kind of lowers his head and lowers his saxophone to his side and turns and walks back towards the window.
Fine. If Jack can't resolve Kingfisher, then Jack will do assassins, and Jack's going to go to Arwen. You going to help with assassins? Or are you going to continue chasing and causing headaches?
I was trying to apologize to him, and he instigated a fight.
And right now, he cannot take apology. He is not in right frame of mind. If that is presuming if he can accept said apology. So we will revisit that later. So let's focus on today's
I would like to help with the plan, but seeing how Valhalla brokered this agreement, I don't think that me going there is the right way for me to go.
So we can't do Kingfisher part, but there is still king in assassins that we
Yes,
can work on.
yes. That's why I was trying to get to Elliot to help with the assassination.
So let's go to Elliot. Hey, Elliot.
No. No.
Sorry for delay.
You run up the stairs, head just still spinning, and look into the room, and the king is, at first you can't see him, but then you spy him. He's over by the window, kind of peeking behind one of the curtains, and you can see he's like scratching the palm of his right hand with the fingernails of his left hand as he's looking down at that tower, the armory.
I'll head over. And look at the window. Is it just the 2 guards by the doors?
It's just the 2 guards, and from this angle you can see that the guard on the roof has kind of taken off his helmet, and he's sitting down with his feet up, and he's enjoying a little rolled-up smoke. The guard who's on the ground floor now has resumed his usual posture of laissez-faire. Now that Marx's, better guards are not watching, these 2 guards have gone back to their usual shift of, This is our job now, just to stand here while nothing ever happens.
Look, the more I think about it, the more I think that Marx would be betting on you making a run for it.
Yeah. But, you'd have to catch us. And, maybe a fight out there in the open is better than sitting here like a rat in a box.
Yeah, I can feel that. But
and maybe he can't catch us.
Maybe
100,000 gold, man. Even split 8 ways.
Oh,
we could get pretty far.
Yeah, it wouldn't be split 8 ways. I don't know what's going on with the party right now.
Even better, brother mine. Split 2 ways. 50,000 gold each.
Again, I really think Marx has been betting on you knowing about this plot, and he's got some guys with crossbows waiting. I mean, like, even if you went into hiding, that wouldn't, like the hit is on, right? And it's not gonna go away just because we vanish. I mean,
but if we vanish, I stop being a threat to the throne. So
yeah, you stop being a threat to the throne, and now you're just a debt of 100,000 gold, right? We are in too deep to back out now. I just came up to tell you that you're my priority here, and
he says, I'm gonna make appreciate that, brother. It's true, we didn't always get along when we were kids, and we haven't seen each other for quite a while, but it really speaks to your character that you put family ahead of your new friends, your new partners there. I appreciate that.
Well, I mean,
you've always been a good kid.
Well, to be honest, I mean, how great would it be for me if I had a family member on a throne?
He says, yeah, right. Yeah, I get that, I get that. I understand. And, sometimes, you got to throw your partners under the bus or under the stagecoach. Because, I totally get that. I've done some long cons before where sometimes not everybody comes out ahead. But as long as, you and me, brother, we'll come out ahead.
Right. And what I'm saying is if we bounce, we're not going to.
Says, I don't know. I think we could get pretty far ahead with 100,000 gold. He said, you remember our neighbor, Paco, who came up from that island chain they always used to talk about? He and his family came here. Man, I always wanted to go down and see if all those stories he told us were true.
All right. I promise we will. We'll get there. And because I'm going to protect you from all this. I've got some ideas. So I'm going to gather the rest of whatever amount of the party is here, and we're going to deal with these assassins. Cool?
He says, okay. He says, cool. Yeah, cool. Good idea. As he says the last good idea, he's already turned and he's looking back out the window at the armory. And he nods and he says, yeah, Yeah, that's a good idea.
Don't do it, man. We can do this. We can get you on the throne.
He says, no. He says, yeah, absolutely. Look, I don't have a lot of faith in a lot of people, but I believe in you, brother.
Okay, we got this. And I'm gonna suit up, start putting on the bracers and getting my belt all filled up and all of that.
Okay.
Can I wear like leather armor over top of my clothes?
Not really.
Okay,
It's
fine.
right. It'd be like, putting on football armor over top of a outfit. It would just feel weird, or like putting on a snowsuit over top of a suit. Right?
Yeah,
it would just be like extra packed in and tight around certain places that it doesn't feel right.
Gotcha. I was just wondering about the AC bonus. It's fine. I'll get suited up, and that'll take time.
Yep. Okay. Valhalla, you were heading to see the king as well?
No, I was just walking away.
You're just
I
walking
don't know
away.
where I was walking aimlessly.
But Jack, after you're done with Arwen, you're going to see the king, or was Arwen going to see the king?
No, I think we both were.
Perfect.
I was going to see Elliot, but he's with the
Well,
king. So.
Elliot.
When you guys reach the king's study, Elliot is just kind of walking out, with a little bit hangdog, but with maybe muttering to himself as though he's doing internal calculations in his head. He kind of looks up and sees you guys coming as he's exiting the door.
How can we help?
All right. I'm gonna. First things first, I'm gonna pass a note to Valhalla through the bag saying, "Still going to protect the king, and we can deal with Kingfisher when you're ready. Let's talk." Okay. Awesome. Nothing's happened yet. We need some eyes in. We need to find out when this assassination is going to take place. I had an idea on how to get down there. If the king is still in that room, or if there's any aides around, I want to ask them about getting some dwarven armor, just so that Murgatroyd can have something.
Yeah, that can be done. Peter even knows. He nods,
Okay.
And he's like, "Yeah, we'll have to go down to the armory, but we can get some."
Okay, let's do that. Then I think as long as we can find someone from the Leviathan crew, we'll be able to find out from them what time the assassination is going to take place.
So you guys get yourselves outfitted. Do you want to go with Peter down to the armory, or do you just want to send Murgatroyd?
I trust him and Murgatroyd to go get their stuff.
Murgatroyd? You go with Peter, who's kind of the young kid who's been helping you guys around the palace running errands. He says, Master Murgatroyd, Mr. Elliot has sent me to find you and to take you down to the armory to get you some armor and equipment. So he leads you down to the armory, and when you approach the solitary guard who's kind of standing there, he just kind of nods at Peter and, jerks his head towards the door, which you can see is standing unlocked, unbarred, and even a little bit open. Peter pushes his way in, and the center of the floor is dominated by 4 enormous chests, that, lacquered in blue and brass cornered, everything like that. They, however, are locked with great big locks on them. But Peter circumnavigates them and heads towards the back area, past the racks and racks of human weapons, to a smaller alcove in the back where there are some dwarven things kind of heaped in a pile.
Can I spot the best stuff? Is there any hammers?
yeah, you can dig around for a bit, and you find stuff that you're like, oh, this stuff is good. Like, at one point in time, there was probably some dwarves that served here, so it's, palace guard quality dwarven stuff, but it's all non-magical. But you can find everything. You find plate, you find helmets, you find boots that fit you, and you can find a hammer, and whatever else standard from the PHB that you want.
Like a shield.
Yep. The hammer feels strangely light in your hands. You're used to diplomacy, which has a little bit more weight to it, especially since you got it replaced with a heart of stone.
Yeah, it's just not the same.
No. Once you get everything outfitted and kitted up. You head back up to the balcony. Peter leads you back up to the balcony, where you see the rest of the party has likewise got themselves fully outfitted. I'm guessing. Valhalla, would you you get word from another kid who's a runner who I guess found you wherever you went to go and think about stuff, to let you know that the rest of the Rod Stewarts are assembling on that balcony outside of Murgatroyd and Vince's room, and they request the pleasure of your presence.
Who does?
The rest of the Rod Stewarts.
And how does this message get to me?
A runner, a young boy who finds you in the gardens or wherever you went. Did you have a destination in mind, or were you just going to walk around the palace and stew?
Stewing.
Yeah. So, you know, a kid runs out to the garden and kind of looks around and spies you and then runs over and delivers that message for you. It's been about an hour since your interaction with Arwen in the hallway.
All right. I say thank you, and then I continue walking, stewing.
Okay. So you guys, how long would you like to wait for Valhalla to show up before you just begin your Council of War?
I don't think Valhalla's going to show up. I'll send him a message in the bag that I'll type out. But I don't think he's gonna come back.
All right. The town bell rings for the half mark after 5 o'clock.
Okay.
You can smell the smells of dinner being prepared.
Okay. So I think if we can find someone from the Leviathan crew, we can find out when the hit is going to happen. And that includes Marks or Gryko. I'll send Valhalla a message asking to watch out for assassins. He might let us know when they'll show up. Otherwise, I'll head down to the docks and try and find someone from the Leviathan crew, because I can get into the warehouse and find out when the hit is going to go down.
What do you want the rest of us to do?
I think the rest of us should be on guard. I'm going to go down with a horse and Chet, how will you... I think I'll probably see if the hit is going to go down. So I'll give Murgatroyd my bag and say that you can communicate with Valhalla. So if Valhalla sees an assassin, he'll let us know they're on the way. But I think that I'll know beforehand. Well, I think we'll all kind of know at the same time. But I think it's so frustrating not knowing when it is, because we could be, moving ourselves around so much more strategically if we knew that it wasn't going to happen for a few hours.
Well, don't worry about that. We'll keep the king safe while you're gone.
Okay, so I'm going to get on I suppose I should disguise myself.
Amicus is great at scenting scents. If he smells a strange scent, he'll probably let us know.
Right. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna jump on. I'm gonna grab a horse and 5 o'clock. You said, John?
Half after 5, so it's 5:30 now.
Okay. Is there any in my adventure kit or anything? Do I have anything to just do a rough disguise on my face? Some war paint, something that'll make it so I don't look like me.
It depends. If you're just looking to paint up your face, then that's one thing, and it would, at a glance, it would not look like you. But if somebody looked at you, they'd be like, "Oh, that's Elliot with paint on his face." But a standard thievery kit, there's false mustaches and things like that. So you can make a thievery check, but it'll actively take some time on the clock here to disguise yourself, or you can just color your face.
Can I pull my cowl up and, I don't know, is there a mask I can grab from... Does the king have a party supplies area with an opera mask?
Yeah, you send Peter off to get one, and he returns in a short time later with a mask for you.
Okay.
It's bright pink, and it has sequins that catch the light and flash, And
Perfect,
has,
thanks.
No, it's just
That's exactly what I wanted.
it's, really. I was just saying
No.
it's just like a plain black opera mask.
Yeah, that's what I want.
Okay.
I'm hoping for like a, with the hood up and the mask and like some paint just to like disguise my face as much as possible.
Sure.
And I'll take a horsey ride down to the docks.
All right.